I'm Alex McCauley.
Oh, hi Alex.
Hi there.
Tell me how you've enjoyed level 3 this week.
It's gone very quickly. Can't believe it's Friday. It's been it's a different experience to the other levels. I think for a lot of us it's fantastic because we are now practitioners and we're actually dealing with clients, and Robert goes far more into real specifics about what to do in different situations and the procedures you use. So for us it's brilliant. We were able to, on the first day, we were able to ask really good questions about things that come up with our own clients.
And have you found that it's brought level 1 and 2 together?
Yeah, there's a small recap at the start, so it brings the other levels together. But not in just a rehashing sort of way, in a really kind of productive way. Somebody brought this up and it's interesting. Sometimes when you're watching YouTube, as a practitioner, you see Robert do a particular memory of somebody in a particular issue, and there may be a tendency to, when you're dealing with a client, almost string those together in a slightly long-winded way. So when you see Robert in a 2-hour session, that's brilliant.
It flows, doesn't it?
Because you see how he's integrating all the different techniques, and it's not just kind of a block for a particular issue, it's the whole rounded thing. Really helps when you go back, I think, to work with clients, I hope.
Have you tried anything else yourself in the past, apart from Faster EFT?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things, actually. I first got ill probably when I first started university with, then it just landed a fever. Over the years it developed the symptoms of what they label as, ME, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. So that went on for about 10-12 years. So over that period I did try a lot of different kind of techniques and things. I went to the GP and I tried cognitive behavioural therapy. That's maybe a good one to mention to start with. I mean, that CBT I think can work well with many things. My personal experience actually made my issue worse because it was very much about planning out your timetable when you have something like chronic fatigue.
Right.
So it's about deciding what you could do on each day and taking time off and putting it into stages. And the way I was creating my problem was by having that level of control over myself and by kind of predicting when I was going to be tired, predicting when I'd be ill. So CBT, rather than kind of ruining the way I was doing my problem and getting in there and breaking it up a bit, really brought into the way I was doing it in my head. So I just became even more controlling over what I was doing and how I was doing it.
That's nice.
And it made me worse. I kind of felt more and more tired, more and more stressed. So that was a very strange experience to tap on that one. And after that, probably the main one that really did turn my life around was an NLP process called the Lightning Process. It's a British thing. It was fantastic and it did help me remove the symptoms. So I was no longer tired, I didn't have the aches and pains so much. I was able to go back to work because I had been flat bound, and it was fantastic. It involves doing something over and over and over again to break the habit. So you're using an interrupt. So it has commonalities with Faster EFT. But the reason I came to Faster EFT is because I didn't feel that it actually had dealt with any of the underlying causes. You may accidentally kind of change a memory because you're doing a process when you think of something negative or something comes up, but it's kind of accidental, it's not.
Didn't deal with the emotional part.
Yeah, it didn't actually go to the memories and flip them or change them. So I was had more energy, but I was still feeling quite miserable. Right,
so it didn't go as deep as Faster EFT?
No, it didn't make those changes. So I found that I was working again, I was living my life, but I was quite numb, and I wasn't really enjoying it very much. And I was anxious a lot of the time and tense, and I still had the kind of fight or flight reflex. It's just that the fight or flight wasn't leading to exhaustion anymore, as it did before, but I still had the reaction, so I was still feeling upset, I just didn't get as tired. Very interesting. And with Faster EFT, I do feel, I don't like saying it this way, but I'm going to, I do feel that the essence of who you are changes, actually. I do feel that, I feel like a different person.
Yeah, sure. And do you feel on the course that you've got some changes yourself?
On this course?
From level 3, yeah.
The biggest thing for me is just noticing how different I am on this course, right from the start. On level 1 and 2, I did level 1 twice. Yeah. The first level 1, I was a complete wreck. I could perhaps tap on that as well. But no, I was very hot and bothered. I was very anxious and nervous the whole time. Even on level 1 and 2 that I did again, I noticed that I was very triggered throughout the seminar, and that's good. You're tapping; it's a great thing to happen. But on this seminar, I haven't felt that so much. I felt much more like a practitioner, wanting to ask questions and find things out, and not so much kind of triggered by small things going on during the day. So.
And do you think that's because there's been more practical on this one?
I think it's because I changed so much before I got here.
Yeah.
So I think I did a lot of work on myself and worked with practitioners, which is fantastic. The Facebook community is fantastic, tapping buddies. But I also think that, I was really engaged straight away because you can ask more nitty-gritty kind of questions about what you're doing, being a practitioner.
And how did you find the Crossfire tapping?
Found that kind of very interesting. I'm still trying to work out. I'm still trying to understand how I feel it's working, because when you're working with, say, 4 or 5 practitioners, or just 2 or 3 of you, it feels very different. And I realise also the dynamics between the practitioners can completely change the experience of doing it. So if you may get 2 practitioners who have a similar style, and the whole thing could get very loud and boisterous and fast, or it could kind of really slow down.
Do you still feel that you're in trance all the time? Being worked on?
So as a client at the start, I felt, this isn't really affecting me, it's not bothering me. People said they felt overwhelmed, and I'm fine. I think that's the kind of resistance you have to so many people at the start, which is a kind of trance of its own. It's kind of I'm going to stay cool kind of trance. And then suddenly it starts to get to you, because somebody is going to trigger you at some point when you've got 3 or 4 people. Yeah,
you find there comes a point where you have to let go.
And then you have to let go, and you can't really follow. I think I've heard other people saying that they were trying to follow what each practitioner was doing, almost to work out, almost looking at them as practitioners, thinking, I wonder if I'd have said that. But I found my experience was I was too into the trance and in out to actually be kind of analysing what they were doing. I was just, And they really manhandled me. People were grabbing my hair. I was put practically upside down, and I was strangled and all sorts.
So you kind of go into a confusion state.
It gets too much. So a lot of people have said that. I think, haven't they? It's kind of, I feel a bit lost and confused, and. I think a lot of things could shift within that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the future, can you think of any improvements that you'd like to share for further courses, Faster EFT Level 3?
I think probably Robert's comment about possibly he needs it to be even longer again. So we have, the extra practical this time was brilliant, but I think that now it may be nice to go over some of the concepts again and do some more practice. So I think, even again we could probably do within a few days. But it's an expanding thing, and it's because what we're being taught it's so worthwhile, and we want to kind of really, really get it down in our heads how to do it. But we do have the YouTube videos too.
That's lovely, thanks for
sharing.
And
some notes if I could read my own handwriting.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Okay, thank you.